Hello and welcome, Rec187 here, and we are back with Combat Mission Battle for Normandy, where we are rejoining the 2nd Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders on their attack on Tourmauville and Colville. So in the last episode, we just started pushing into the edge of Colville, and we kind of got ourselves a foothold on the outskirts of town, and we're starting to get a couple of spots of Germans, and so this focus here will be very much pushing in, and hopefully we can clear out this town or village within this episode. Meanwhile, we've also started to make some spots of additional German infantry on the road to Tourmauville, and again we'll look to kind of clear that out and see if we can't do some deeper scouting of the road north. In terms of setup and plan, in a few tweaks I may have made between the end of the last video and starting this recording, we did see some mortar rounds fall in this field here, so there's a potential they're trying to call down some rounds on us somewhere. So I'm getting the remainder of 14th platoon just across the railway line, just so we're kind of away from where I think those rounds are going to fall. Meanwhile, we know there is a chap with an MG, and he's actually standing at this window now of the house. And we had been putting some suppressed fire down with our Bren carrier. Obviously it's not going to be that effective, but what I have tried to do is I'm moving him over just to kind of an action square 2, just so he's more in line with that window, with the hope that a few more rounds are going to go through there, and even if we don't injure the guy, cause him a few problems. We've got plenty of forces stacked up on here, and I've issued a few direct fire commands at this hedge, so we can take care of the German platoon which is hiding there, or section. And then we have our own section at this house who are probably most at risk from this machine gun. They have been a little bit suppressed, although they're starting to come back now, and hopefully we can kind of take at these guys in the street and prevent this chap from causing us any further problems. That's about all the relevant orders at the minute. I'm not doing anything fancy with B Company over here. They're continuing just to kind of push forward and walk slowly towards where they need to go, but all going well. I'm not really going to use them in any active fashion this mission. So without further ado, let's just kind of jump into the next minute, see what happens. We'll look first down here, and then we'll go and check what happens with our scout on the north side. So these guys should be in a world of trouble, and we've not seen anything from this chap, which is good. I mean, I'm amazed that we've only hit one of them so far. I think we need to give our lads some more time in the firing range. Well, there goes another one. And another one. Okay. That's that platoon done. That is and no return fire received, so that's excellent. That is a fine fine example of fire superiority. It looks like we've hit a mine, but no damage taken. Oh, damage, a couple of injuries, but no serious wounds. So that's interesting. So there's a mine there, so we are really going to have to be careful about this road. So perhaps I don't want to push up here. I'm not sure. Trying to think what the best way is in here without stepping on any mines. Okay, but that very successful minute down here, I am very happy with that. We've cleared out this unit. This guy's not causing us any problems, although we will have to keep suppressive fire on him. Now let's see what happened over here. So for those of you who can't remember or didn't watch last episode, although why you'd skip ahead episodes, I have no idea. But our scouts here, actually they took fire. Yeah, you can see a little casualty there from I can't remember if it was this German guys who are on this side of the field, or there's a couple German guys behind this hedge. Either way, they took a casualty, pressed on with their commands, which was to come here, and where they encountered a mortar section and an infantry section, or bits of one, or it doesn't look like a full one. Slight firefight ensued. The Germans threw a grenade which injured both the leader and the gunner, and then finally they kind of got over that, used their automatic weapons, and as you can see, 4 dead Germans. So I think this is the last chap left alive, And by the looks of things, he's going to try and leg it, which is probably going to end badly for him. Oh, there he goes. There you go. So that was an excellent piece of work by Corporal Pike. So, actually, this is probably a good time to mention it, just before we let the rest of this minute tick out here. So in order to, sort of, for these campaigns where you carry the same troops mission to mission to mission, and I am not particularly good at, remembering which parts of my order of battle do what in any particular mission, and I feel like you kind of miss out somewhat as you're trying to carry them forward. So in an effort to rectify that, I started making notes in my order of my battle. You'll have heard I'm trying to refer to the officers by their names a little bit more, just to try and create a bit more of a story as we go through it. And I'm also making note of kind of commendations and things. So, for example, Corporal Pike here being outnumbered and injured and seeing off a German superior number German force. That's getting a wee note in my book for commendations. And what I'd like to do is then I'll stick that on the internet somewhere, and then you can share it with everyone. So if I get it done in time, in fact, yeah, why not? I'll get it work in progress. I'll put a link down in the description below this video, and you can see what I'm trying to put together. Yeah, and of course, if you see anything in particular you think that's noteworthy or worthy of a commendation, then do point it out, and I'll make a note of it. Right, anyway, let's not get too distracted. So who was putting the fire down on these Germans? Appreciate I'm spending far too long in the first minute here, but there you go. Oh, it's my officer from this mortar detachment. Cool. But we've got another group coming in, although they're being awfully slow about it. Right, so let's go into command phase. Speaking of these guys are taking too long for my liking. Right, I'm going to get you to come in quick. So I want them mounted position along here. They're going to take out those chaps, no problem. We know there's some Germans back here. I'm going to get these guys just to drop a few rounds. Oh, I had moved you forward with the hope you were going to have line of sight now. That does not appear to be the way. Okay. I'd hoped at the edge of these woods you'd be able to shoot off over into this field. Okay, it means I'm going to have to move you forward, which is a little risky. But let's do it. So my timings are now going to be slightly off. That's the right place, isn't it? Yeah. I want you guys to push forward, deploy your mortar, and drop a few rounds. Helps if I select the forward point. A few rounds at this target. Excellent. Yeah, that should be fine. And then I'm going to, at the same time, I'll give these guys maybe a slight pause. Just like, give it 15 seconds. And then I want you to also take up position on this hedge. And then we should get these guys, should be able to take out the couple of Germans we see here, hopefully without taking much fire from the scattering of Germans we've got here, because we're going to distract them with mortars, and then the other platoon. So just the one guy we've seen. I think we've seen two here before. We'll get a better view in a moment. Excellent. And then we'll see if we can push on a little bit with our scouts. Okay. Meanwhile, Tourmauville, we have to think about how we are going to push in here. So, can you? Yes, you can. Right. Good. That frees up my troops for other stuff. And now that we've cleared off those guys, I would like to try and push forward slightly. So what I'm going to do is I'll jump away, do all the movement orders, and then come back and talk about what we've done. Okay, so in the end I've decided for a fairly tentative push in. So I've got the first section, and I've split them down to squads, and I'm just going to push forward a kind of three-man rifle team, just to get in on this hedge, just to see what we can see. We'll see a reasonable fire base here, and I don't want to push forward too far. Again, I've got this Bren and a rifle squad keeping up some fire on that window to make sure he doesn't cause any problems. I'm also pushing the section that was in this building under Lieutenant Richmond, pushing them into the bottom floor of this building over here. I think that's will give us a kind of a good good fire base to then clear out the rest of these houses, or at least this kind of ones on the southern edge, without kind of exposing ourselves to too many lines of fire. But just in case there is some people in here that I've not spotted, I have asked this well, part of a section to put some light fire just in the top story, just in case there's someone hiding in there. Obviously it won't interfere with our guys heading in the ground below. I'm also moving up this final section to replace the guys that are in this building, and hopefully not hitting any mines on the way. So we shall see. So let's jump on. There's 10 minutes in, I've only done 1 minute, so let's try and push forward. And now I've got 2 places to look at as well. We'll see, and hopefully they've not mined the town itself. Well, that's obviously a possibility, but they were moving around in here. See, this is a problem. I don't want him to get shots off. So hopefully, it's a quick gander. Hopefully he is there but suppressed. Yes, perfect. That's exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. Because otherwise these guys will be very exposed to, obviously, machine gun fire right down the street. Oh, he's popped up actually. Man, looks like he's gone down again. You probably can't see that. It's quite small on my screen. Oh, see, he's thinking about it. Come on, he's standing in front of the window, surely. This guy, nerves of steel though. Ah, he's giving up. Alright. These guys probably aren't that happy at having shots going over their head, but okay. Ooh, what was that? Let's just watch that back. Interesting. Oh. So are they... Are you guys firing mortars? Oh, let's just run this back. You are. That's really interesting. So I haven't given them a fire command. I didn't think they would use their mortars unless instructed, but that does not appear to be the case. I mean, it's kind of annoying because it's a complete waste of ammo. Alright. That was a pretty exciting minute, and we've got a couple more spots. This is good, and this is why I only push forward a little bit with a small team, because obviously they're not very well protected where they are. So we've now seen... Oh, here you are. Ah, well there you go. So that's what the explosion was. This guy used his Panzerschreck at us, which is good. We're not pushing any further with our ground carriers. And we have also seen, not in this building where our guys got in, but in this, got another Panzerschreck team. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, and so these guys are given an assault order, so they've just sent in a team initially, and then they will follow up with the rest of their guys. Now, snipers, do you have a line of sight to that window? Oh, I have to go in command mode. Right. Before we do that, I want to just do a quick check to see what happened when we pushed in over here. Too much stuff happening. Right. Let's get a reasonable position. So these guys push up to the hedge and hopefully get some mortar rounds off. And this team is slowly getting its way there, even though they're on a quick command. Again, I mean, I appreciate your shooting at guys you can see. Are you actually injuring anyone? Ah, fair play. Okay. I didn't think you were going to be particularly effective from that range, but consider me wrong. Yeah, now you take some fire though. You definitely need some support, which hopefully these guys can bring if they can get up there before we start taking any casualties. Ah, there we go. I've got this platoon in now. These guys are in on the action. This is good, and you are probably feeling a little bit suppressed. Yeah, fine. Okay, that didn't go quite as well as we hoped, but at the end of the day, we didn't take any casualties. So that's all we can really ask for. So we've got sight of a couple of German Pixel trooping. Definitely felt that it was automatic fire coming from there. It's probably something we can't see. Look at these guys here. So, and again, I need to go into command phase. Good, right. So we shall do that. So you guys are still moving. You're not quite in position yet. I guess some of you aren't. Okay, that's not a problem. But I'm going to say, please start by taking out him. That shouldn't be too difficult for you. And again, we will have these guys, yeah, target those chaps. And we'll keep that mortar order on. That's not a problem. And then we're going to have to decide what we're going to do over here. I'm going to quickly check, just while you guys are still here, the target of our sniper. I mean, 300 meters, that's a pretty good shot. But, yeah. I know we're saying they do have vision, but that does not look like he can see. No, he cannot. Okay. That's fine, but I'm tempted to actually try and bring these guys in as a little bit of a scout / flanking force. Which might prove a little bit useful. Sorry, I realize I'm whizzing around all over the place. Okay. That was good. So, yeah, I'll jump away, check kind of lines of sight, decide how we're going to deal with these people, and then bring you back when it's time to hit the play button. And welcome back. And those eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that things are looking a little bit different. And in fact, we are 1 minute further on than we should be. And that's because I made the mistake of tabbing out during the pause in recording, so I want to bring up my OOB because I didn't have that to hand. And I'd forgotten that when using Bandicam, if you tab out of, well, certainly combat mission, when you tab back in, it stops capturing your video, and so it was about 10 minutes of recording before I realised my error. So unfortunately that is no good. So not so good. So on the plus side, only 1 minute had gone past, so that's not too bad. On the negative, it was quite an interesting minute, which is why it covered kind of 10 minutes of recording. But at least now, on another plus, you get me, I can run through the kind of what happened in a couple of minutes rather than 10 minutes of me havering away. So let's start. Let's start with the exciting bit in the town. So as we planned, we pushed into this building with Corporal Don, as we were calling him. His team. In fact, no, that's not. That's Corporal Don. We were pushing in with what are you, 14th platoon, Corporal Richmond, and these guys got absolutely hosed. So you can see half a section taken out, and that was purely from the German squad in here. So we'd seen the Panzerschreck previously, but there turned out to be an HQ team, which has it's got an MP40 and a machine gun, and then the infantry team had one machine gun as well. I'm not sure if these guys also have any automatic weapons. Looks like they might just be riflemen. Yeah, so despite the fact that I'm in the building and they're in the hedge, these guys absolutely hosed this team, and we're down to half strength. Not ideal. We did swing round. Here we go. Here's Corporal Don's section. Come in to offer some flanking fire. They did take one more casualty on the way in, and have subsequently put down several of the Germans and are in a much stronger position. So we should come out on top overall. But these guys in here were yeah, causing me all sorts of problems. Quite stiff resistance they've put up. On the other side of Tourmauville, you'll have seen the plan to move these guys, swing them around to the right. It was going not too badly, but Machine Gun Man, which we knew about in this upper building, relocated to this window, and despite suppressed fire from the Bren, and I think we've got one other team firing on this building, he was able to get up and get a shot off, and of course his single burst managed to take out my Bren gunner, as always seems to be the way. Yeah, so we're going to have to give this team just a couple of minutes to compose themselves while we continue to put suppressed fire on that building. I was a bit annoyed these guys ended up being shaken, considering we've only taken a single casualty and they're quite close to teammates, but there it goes. You will probably have noticed that this time I'm referring to the section leaders correctly as corporal. I think the earlier part of the video I was referring to them as lieutenants, which is of course wrong. That is the platoon leaders, which is another reason I wanted to make sure I had my OOB up so I get all this right. So that was casualties for the last minute. We did take one more, which I do want to talk about, and that was Corporal Pike. So just as my scouting team were in fact just pulling back from this hedge line, he walked into the crossfire between the couple of Germans we had there, and got caught and went down. So our first person, which I'd put up for worthy of a commendation, hasn't survived the next kind of couple of minutes. So that is pretty unfortunate. Meanwhile, the two pesky Germans we knew about there, as expected, were taken out without further incident by this section, and we've started kind of putting some mortar rounds and suppressed fire onto these guys, so they've gone to ground. We did get one other spot in this farmhouse of an HQ team, and we know there's another kind of German team in this building from a previous spot, so we're starting to get a little bit of a picture around the forces in here. I am bringing up a pioneer team to this hedge line, which you can't see because of trees, because it doesn't look like there's a way through, so I'm going to have to blast a way through. Only other thing worth mentioning was actually, which didn't happen the last minute, but actually the minute before, is that we took a casualty in this team, and that was our assistant, and it looked like to some kind of explosion. We're not entirely sure what it was. So we suspect maybe an enemy mortar position down here, or I mean, it could have been an anti-tank gun. I didn't see it actually happen. It was just the tail end of what would be that, minute 59, I think. And I hadn't noticed it during the replay. I only saw it when I was command phase, so I couldn't go back. But we are going to move this sniper team down to hopefully get a bit of a view, so we can see what's down there. And we've got FO as well. So I think I've condensed, got 10 minutes into, well, 5, so that's not too bad. So next minute, pushing forward, what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to give these guys a minute to regroup. These guys are just going to hold position, hopefully finish off the two groups of Germans here. I have given this team a specific order to target the HQ team because they are, well, one, they are up, not cowering, and they have 2 automatic weapons, so I'd like to put paid to that. We have some guys who are cowering, but our man on edge here has got the Bren, so I'm pretty confident we should be able to take those guys out, hopefully without further issue. And I'm going to keep the suppressive fire on him, on this chap in here, so hopefully he can go down before we get any, before we try and push in. I think I'm probably going to clear this target. That's not particularly useful. If there's someone a little bit closer, there we go. That might be slightly more effective. Good. You're probably still targeting the end of that building, which is not that useful right now. And I think that's probably about us all caught up. So apologies, did miss that, and unfortunately it was quite an eventful minute with us losing quite a section, but I'm sure there will be many more. So we will continue to push on, and hopefully we'll see. Well, let's start over here, because hopefully the first thing we're going to see is these pesky Germans get their comeuppance. Let's go for it. Hopefully we don't get any more flashing icons. Right, come on, lads. Oh, there's a machine gun there again. Come on. I mean, how close is he? Surely you've got to hit something. Oh, I'm taking out a brain gunner. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. We're getting absolutely slaughtered here. Oh my god, we get absolutely slaughtered. How? And we couldn't hit anything. This is ridiculous. Well, that's not good. Let's see what happened to the chap in here. I think he's probably just cowering, I suspect. Nope, he's down. Alright, one small mercy. I honestly cannot believe that this essentially entire section just got wiped without a single other casualty. How are you missing this guy? Look at him. Look how close we are. Okay, you can tell I'm a little bit salty. Oh, things were going so well. Right. I'm not expecting really much to happen over here, but let's just quickly jump through, see if make sure there's no flashy icons. No, we're keeping our suppression down. Should probably get him to stop the mortars, save them for another target. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. And we've got no further spots down here. These guys are still progressing. Okay, right, let's jump into command phase and see about how we're going to salvage this absolute state of a situation. Do I have any mortar teams that could get in on this? Ish, where's that hitting? That's not bad actually. I mean, to be honest, anything we want it slightly further north. Right, you go drop some mortars on that. Yeah. I think we're just going to have to try and put out some fire, but to be honest, I think maybe actually just... Let's not do that, let's just get your heads down, lads. Till we can deal with this. We've just lost an entire section. Oh! Well, I don't have to worry about Corporal Don anymore, do I? I'm tempted to move him, but I don't want to because of the, what do you call it? Mines. I think that would be a bad idea. And I don't want to just send good men after bad by coming in here. So maybe I'll give them a minute to drop off the rounds. And then come in with these guys. Might be a better way to go. Not sure. Meanwhile, this chap is down. So that should give us free rein to move move in and what do you call it? Take this building. You should be able to essentially just come around the side of this bunker, through that gap and into there. Meanwhile, I'll have you go and pick up that brain gun. In fact, no, maybe, well, actually, I will do that, but actually I'll have whoever wants to can pick up that brain gun. I'll just bring you guys back over. We'll get you to clear your target. You don't have any more, good. I'll get you guys to clear your target as well. And you're going to drop some more rounds. Excellent. We'll dig out these troublesome chaps. And in fact, why don't I... Here you go. Going to move this Ren section over to come in support with these guys. I think this road is essentially clear at this point. Come up and over and in behind the Bren carrot. It's a bit of a hoof. So he might be a little bit knackered, but I suspect whenever he gets there he's just going to be hanging about for a while. So that should be okay. I'm going to cancel this guy's orders. We don't need to do any more dropping of mortars in. Ah, perfect. We brought up this brain carrier, so I'm going to get him to target Oh, you can't see it apparently. I think you will when you finally get up close. Okay, we'll leave that for a turn. And our pioneers should be on the way. Yeah, there they are. And we're continuing to push with our sniper. We'll get some more info shortly. Okay, not great. I suppose also not terrible, but I think definitely leaning more towards the terrible than the great. Any other commands on issue? I don't think so. Alright, so I think it's just going to be advance for next minute and see what happens. Hopefully these guys can just keep their heads down and not taking more casualties. Oh, it looks like the Germans are running over there. It's good, because this is kind of field to play with. Oh, these guys are absolutely legging it. Well, he didn't make it. So we got one sole survivor from that entire section. No, we got two apparently. So we have brought our sniper up, so there's a slight danger. Yep, I thought that might happen. Oh, hang on. We just... Oh, where was that guy? We got a quick German spot. Here we go. Oh, right here. Oh god, an HMG team. Alright, this may not end well for my sniper. Did you get him? Well done. Fortunately that wasn't the guy on the machine, so this could go badly. Should probably have given you a kind of hide order, but anyway, it's done now. See what happens. God, I almost moored my own team. Come on, correct. And there's the next one going. It's still in there, okay. Good. Better. I just want to check to see what happened to the guys we saw running away. Here we go. Oh. Where'd they go? I've lost them now. I was right at the start. Oh. I'm not sure they made it. No, they did not. Okay. So that might be this whole place cleared out, actually. I think we can stop the suppressive fire and see what happens. That's probably just the last mortar that was in the air, so that was fortunate. We can save ammo and we can move on to our next target. Excellent. I think they're now just shooting at a hedge, to be perfectly honest. Good. Okay, let's go back into the command phase. I'm going to start trying to push up with this scout team. See if we can't make our way up to kind of... Well, actually, I want to see a little bit more of what's on what's this side, which I do have. These guys making their way across. If you're going to play ball, yeah. You've stopped. Why have you stopped? Alright, I'll reissue the orders. I'm going to get them to kind of push up into this way to expand our scout network over there. And yeah, I would like to try and get a scout a bit further forward. Although I know there's a bunker somewhere up here, so I'll have to be a little bit careful. Okay, I'm going to jump away. I'll issue these orders, and then we can talk about what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to take it relatively slow, I've decided. I'm not going to rush these guys just yet. I'll let the mortar guy rounds keep following in that group. I'm going to bring my Bren section here and the mortar team hopefully round into this position. Again, maybe we can drop a few mortars on it. It's quite close, but either way, hopefully the Bren section can put some additional firepower. And then I've also brought another section up from this platoon, 13th I think it is, and I'm going to get them to come in and support, and hopefully we can get a few more rounds on them and then catch them when they are suppressed. General plan, we'll see how well it goes. These guys are still medicing, so I'm not going to push in with them. And that's potentially it. Oh, one thing I did spot, which we will go look at in this minute, is this sniper team is party suppressed. So I think they're taking fire from somewhere. So we'll have to go and look at that. And this is also going to be the last minute because time is ticking on. But let's review this first and see where we end up. Hopefully our mortar... I mean, the accuracy on that is terrible. I'm keen to see if these guys pick up any more spots. Obviously we know there was a Panzerschreck in that window. Presumably there's more of an HEG team somewhere. Oh. Looks like the Germans have spotted us. All quiet so far. I think quiet I'll take as I kind of regroup. Okay, that's less quiet. Don't hit the house. Oh, this more. The action in this thing's terrible. Yeah, no good. Even hiding, we haven't managed to stay away from them. And now we're just taking beats. So it's another rifleman down. Perhaps I should have been more aggressive. Not sure. Okay. Apart from that, two interesting things happened. You guys made it across okay? Yes. But you have reared your head. So we didn't get them all. There's still one of them left. I'm assuming you are about to attract fire from these guys. Okay. That's okay. Pioneers just put in position. And did you guys make it? No. No, you did not. Darn it. Oh, just at the end there. So where were you attracting fire from? Oh, gone the wrong way. The farm. No. Probably a Panzerschreck to be fair. Used to be over in this direction. Wonder if it's just a building or if they've got some other guys in the hedgerows. Either way, I think you're gonna have to sit there. That's as far as you're getting as a scout. And I was aware that kind of they were given a fast order, which makes more visible, but I was conscious of them walking across such open ground. Okay. All right. That'll bring us to the end. Good? Well, not good, but okay. I think we're slowly gonna have to dig them out of here, and it will be just some more additional boarding here. But I'm reluctant. I don't want to just throw another section at them and lose another 3-4 man. But I mean, this yeah, this HQ team is doing an absolute number on us at the minute. But we will find a way through. But all that is going to have to wait until next episode because that is at the end of our time. Yeah, please do if you do see something worth a mention, a commendation. Although perhaps I'm a losing end of those in this episode, then yeah, do drop it in the comments and I'll make sure to incorporate it. Like I say, I'll put a link in the description for the kind of template that I'm running at the minute, so you can see what I'm kind of thinking of, and we'll have a little bit of fun with it. But thanks for watching, and yeah, and hopefully I'll catch you all next time.